Well, Coach, just first and foremost, what's it like being out here in Northeast Tennessee and just seeing the line of fans out here?
Well, I always love coming here. It really does, because obviously, we're close to where John Fulkerson's from, right here in his hometown. And I remember back, 7 years ago, making a trip over here to see him, and what a wonderful time we had with him with his time on Rocky Top. But driving up and seeing the support, it's what you really expect. But this is a great area, and we love the fact that they love the Tennessee Volunteers.
Is the contingency, if you're down here, you got to bring him back, pals?
Well, you know what? It's amazing how quickly he'll drive to Jeff City from Knoxville to get something. So I'm not sure he'd eat it unless it was hot off the grill.
What's the last couple weeks been like since the season ended? What's kind of the off season looking like for the program?
I think it's something that we all of coaches have gone through that we probably never have gone through before, in terms of the transfer portal being what it is, the NIL in play now, and so to be quite frank, it's a whole new ballgame that we're in right now, and everything's different. We'll all have to figure out how to adjust to it, and but it is much different than anything that we've had to go through in the past.
What's the biggest adjustment been for you and your coaching staff?
Well, just the fact that when you're dealing with young people, and you're trying to keep a team together, but the way it looks now, it looks like every year you're going to have to pretty much reload, because it seems like when you bring recruits on campus, that guys decide, well, I maybe need to go somewhere else, or whatever it may be like that. But we have 13 scholarships that we have to fill, and we've got to put together the best team we can. But it's just a new era in college athletics, and right now I don't think any of us fully know the impact of what it all is going to be until we go through it a couple times.
How do you go about filling those spots? It's a short window. A lot of kids, I'm sure, want a lot of different questions. You've got to answer a lot of different questions. Chemistry is so important. Culture is so important.
Mm-hmm.
With the short window, how do you manage that?
Well, I think that's the key. What you just said. I mean, you can go into the portal and you can look for talent, but you just can't look for talent alone. You've got to look for the chemistry part of it. You got to feel, hey, is this person going to be able to come in and buy into what we have and what we want to have at Tennessee? And so we're selective, and that's what it gets down to. And then obviously, you need talented players. We know that, but we also know that just talent alone won't get it done. We want more, and for us to do that, the intel that our coaches do is really, really important. The fact is, they stay on it every hour of the day, because we're in an atmosphere right now where a climate where everything is changing from day to day, hour to hour. So I don't think now any of us will be caught off guard by anything, because I guess you get to a point where you expect the unexpected.
What's the challenge like trying to make quick evaluations? Obviously, when you're recruiting a kid out of high school, you've got more time. Are these sped up a little bit more?
No, because of synergy. You can do a lot with synergy. You can get back and you can evaluate. You can pull up pretty much anything. And most kids are on there some way, somehow. But quick evaluations, unless it's something that you know who you're dealing with, you got to be careful with it. But the fact is, you can still get good intel and good eval if you want to.
You mentioned not being surprised. Was there any caught off guard with Brandon's decision? Did you all
No,
see that coming?
not at all. No, because all year, and again, we wish Brandon the best. I mean, we really do. I know we worked really, really hard as a staff with every player, not just Brandon, but that's where we are today. If players feel like whatever they're looking for, they can get it elsewhere, they're going to do it. And but the most important thing, and we've said this and we'll always stick to it, we think that we have a great situation. We think we have a great program, a great university, and the best fan base in the country, and there's a lot of people that want to play at the University of Tennessee.
You've been in this game a long time. How tough is this adjustment to, I mean, I know roster management's been there for years. I understand that, but with everything going on for you, how tough is it to look at the game and kind of managing a roster the way you're having to manage it now?
You know what? It's really different, and the difficulty is the unknown. Right when you think you might have it in place, you never know what's going to happen. That's the most difficult thing about it. Until again we get to the deadline where the transfer portal closes and it's over with. But every day you're going to manage something. But you've always done that. You really have, because we understand players want to play, and today it seems like guys want it instantly, and they don't get it right away. But we have I have great respect for our guys that are in our program who understand that what goes into being the player they want to be and are willing to work and stay with it and know that they compete, it'll happen for them. But really, there's so many unknowns out there. The NIL, I mean, everybody's still working through that, and so that's become probably the biggest part of what's going on this time of year right now than anything is dealing with the NIL and what comes with that.
How do you figure out the next step of that so that you're on par with everybody else and you manage it the right way?
Well, one, I have great faith in our administration. I know they're going to be on par. We're going to know what's going on. We'll figure that out. Every day you figure something out and you watch what's going on around you, and then you got to quickly catch up with it. But again, even that side of it, you're amazed at some of the things that certainly some of the numbers that are thrown around. It really is quite baffling at times, but. And some of it I don't think is legit, and that's what I think you got to get down to where you know what's really legit and what's not.
Personnel-wise, you got 4 spots to fill. Are you looking at multiple guards? I mean, you need
we're
a
looking.
forward to add to this roster?
I think it all depends on what we feel is available that we think can help us, and because we can go a number of different ways with our roster and play. We got the foundation of our team back, and who we're going to, certainly that we know that. They know what we expect, what we're looking for, and what we want to do, but we will fill in around it, and how that goes right now, honestly, I can't tell you.
Are you adding more for this next season or long term, or is that?
No, we're always trying to get better right now, and then we're always thinking about what can we do to improve our team right now we owe that to our older players to give them the best chance to have the best year they can have next year. So we're trying to get better right now.
You've found guys late through the years, whether it's overseas or whether it's a high school guy late. Is there some comfort in, hey, let's not panic here. Yeah, we've got 4 spots, but there's players. We just got to find them, and it's not necessarily quick grab somebody out of the portal. Is that kind of something you talk to your staff about a little bit?
Well, one, I got a great staff. We've always had a great staff, and we know what we're doing, but we're not just going to give scholarships away to give them. They're too valuable. And like I said, any and everything we do will be in the mindset that what can we do to make this team right now better, and whoever we end up with or what we do is going to be, do they fit the culture? Are they willing to buy in? Because we're going to be totally transparent with them in terms of how we do things. And believe it or not, there's a lot of people out there that really want what we have to offer.
Jim Moore?
Coach, do you still keep in touch with Desmond Oliver, and how much did you communicate with him during the year?
Yeah, Des and I talk, and but like all coaches, once we get into the season, we all get going with our own thing. But he and I just speak on a number of different occasions, and again, I think Des fought through some situations that he had to deal with. But the last time I talked to him, he was very eager, very optimistic about what he was putting in place for next year.
Did the coaching world know that Jay Wright was about to do what he did yesterday?
Again, I think we're in an unknown time right now. I do. I mean, I don't think that I'll go back a year ago that anyone thought that Roy Williams would step down when he did. Again, I know this. I've got great respect for Jay and what he's done. I've known him for the entire time he's been in basketball, and I've been in it. And but he. I would say he did it his way, and for whatever reason he chose to do it, and I wish him nothing but the best because he's a super person.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thanks.